I have a question for you. When was the last time you used cash? Quite possible that it's been a while. After all, most people prefer cashless payments these days. They are quick, they are easy. There is no hassle of handling bills or keeping the exact change. And now there has been an announcement of an extra fee on some UPI transactions in India. What does this mean for you? Will you have to pay the surcharge? The answer is no, at least not directly. Let me just break it down for you. From the 1st of April, merchants will have to pay up to 1.1% fee on UPI transactions worth over 2,000 rupees or $24.3. It is an interchange fee. Basically, it's charged by one bank to another for processing a transaction. The amount will vary for different sectors and merchants. Here's what we know. For fuel, the cap is 0.5%. For telecom, post office, education and agriculture, it is 0.7%. There would be a 0.9% fee for supermarket transactions and 1% fee for government, railways, mutual funds and insurance. But here's the good part. Individual users making personal transactions will not be charged any additional fees. So you can rest easy. There will not be any surcharge on direct bank-to-bank transactions. The fee will only be levied on prepaid payment instruments. In simple terms, on your digital wallets like Paytm, PhonePe, Google Pay that allow you to store money and make payments. So what is the fuss about? Why has the National Payments Corporation of India announced this fee in the first place? And how does it affect you? There is no denying that UPI transactions are convenient. In fiscal year 2017 to 18, there were 20.7 billion digital transactions in India. The figure jumped to 81.9 billion in the fiscal year 21 to 22. As of June 2022, digital payments constituted about 40% of all the payments in India. Since 2020, the number of UPI transactions has been doubling year on year. By 2026, 2 out of every 3 transactions are projected to be digital. So long story short, UPI payments have skyrocketed, but banks and payment service providers have been struggling with the high cost. Let me explain how. According to the Reserve Bank of India, all stakeholders in a UPI transaction bear a 0.25% cost. By stakeholders, I mean the payer, beneficiary banks, the third-party app, and the NPCI. In 2020, India's finance minister announced that the RBI and banks will absorb the UPI costs. The payer, merchant, and the app will not be charged anything. But to what extent? The value of all UPI transactions in the financial year 21 to 22 was $10.2 billion. If we assume the overall cost for all UPI payments to be 0.1% of the transaction value, the total figure would still be over $1 billion. And this far exceeds the government incentives that only cover payments under 2,000 rupees. The new surcharge is meant to reduce these costs for the banks. It aims to increase their revenue. As I told you, the charges are to be paid by the merchants. But what if the merchants direct them towards you? Would you like to pay extra fee for simply avoiding cash? Doesn't sound fair, does it? So what can you do if it comes down to that? There are some loopholes. First off, you can break down your bill. You are under no obligation to pay the entire amount in one go. If the check is over 2,000 rupees, split it into multiple payments under that amount. Secondly, you can simply go for bank-to-bank transactions. Use your digital wallets for paying smaller amounts and use UPI for the bigger sums. But what if the merchants discourage you from digital transactions? What if they start demanding cash? What happens then? This is something that the NPCI needs to tackle. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.